Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy. Today we'll see process of planning and also principles of planning. Very important topic. This is for commerce and management students. Whatever may be your course, you cannot escape this because it's the importance of the planning and process. How do we proceed? What are the principles to be remembered? If you do not know that, it's useless your studies. So that is why it is much important. Let's see first the process of planning. Some understanding you got it through the previous videos, what is planning, okay, some objectives and how do we go for planning, that you got it. Now we'll see process. How do you proceed? What is the process of planning? What is the planning? Planning means it is for the future. Future is uncertain. For uncertain future, we are making some plans and may or may not be executed. But to some relevance, to some extent, it must be implemented properly. Few precautions we have to take. Procedure, if you know, then we'll come to know the precautions, what we have to take, what we have to remember while doing the planning. So everything we can consider it. Let's see the process first. Steps in process, planning process. Total 8 steps are there. 8 steps you have to go step by step. The first one is recognizing need of action. Need of action means first of all you have to identify the problem. If any problem is there, this may occur in future. For this we need to make some plan. So that is possible through first the identifying the problem and problem. If you identify, then just focus on the goals. Action, how do you take the action? Based on the goals. So that action you'll be able to take. Just pros and cons of particular problem and a particular aspect. So how we can implement it, what are the main important aspects of that particular problem, identify it. Problem identified. If you identify the problem, next gathering necessary information. I know that there is a problem. Related to the problem, what you have to do? Gather the information from every angle, from economic aspect, from the product point of, from the customer point of view, from many angles you have to gather the information. Gather the information, think about the pros and cons of that particular problem, all the information if you have, then you will be able to go for the next step. Next step is laying down objectives. What are the objectives? Objectives which are related directly with the goals. I have few objectives. So does it match with the goals? Goals, if you know, this is my ambition, this I want to do, then according to that you will focus on the objectives. Now, once if you identify the problem, gathering the information, then after that identifying the objective. These are the objectives of the planning. No, you know already the goals. Goals you know, then objectives you will be able to understand. While identifying the objectives, you have to consider a lot of things related to the organization. Inside of the organization, outside of the organization, inner and outer, all the factors you have to consider, then only you will be able to frame the objectives of the planning. Objectives of the plannings are something we have identified. Then after that, determining planning premises. Determining planning premises means this planning is related to the forecasting. Forecasting. Planning is uncertain. But based on forecasting, you are going to identify the planning process. We have to consider few important aspects. What are those aspects? One is demand of the product. Blindly we cannot prepare any planning. What are the demands of the product? Demand of the product and volume, quantity, how much quantity is required, tons, quintals, and how much we have to prepare. So that volume and the cost of the product, that makes lot of difference, especially in a few countries, developing countries. If the product is coming at cheaper rate and with good quality, that will become automatically popular. This is well known fact. So that is why you have to consider about the cost and supply of raw material and labor. For every product we need raw material. Is it available or not? supply of raw material, and at the same time labor is also to be considered. If both are there, then maximum 50% of the problem is solved. So this also we will consider, so while determining the planning premises. And also consumer preferences. What is the taste of the consumer according to the technology, according to the fashion? So what is the taste, what is the preference of the consumers, that you have to consider and keep in mind. And also government policies also, it will be always changing. Whenever government policies are changing, according to that we have to move, isn't it? So all these things we consider and will be preparing this planning. Next process, if this is gone, next examining alternative course of action. Plan A is not going to work out, then you know that plan B, where is the plan B? Plan B is also not working at this situation, then plan C. Like alternative course of action, go for different plans. If A is not going to work out, then B is not going to work out, C, like this. At least 4-5 plans you have to keep it ready, because the trend is always changing, nothing is fixed. So consider this. Then after that, evaluation of action patterns. How do we take the action? Evaluation of action pattern. So we have considered that there are course of actions A, B, C. So A is going to work out. Then how do we proceed this A plan? This is, we call it as evaluation of action pattern. For example, I have a project of XYZ. This project I have to implement it. I have gone for all these steps, then decided that XYZ project is good, but how do you proceed it? That is, we call it as evaluation of action pattern. How do you proceed? Number one, number two, like you have to go in a systematic way. So that will be considering in this point, that is sixth point. Then after that, determining secondary plans. Here course of action, alternative course of action means if A is not going to work out, B is not going to work out, C, that is alternative course of action. Now determining secondary plans. Secondary plans means these plans are nothing but supportive plans. What are the plans? These supportive plans. Supportive plans means if A plan is going to implement it. For this A plan, for this A project or A plan, supportive plans, like what we can do for this point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, like different supportive action plans we have to keep it ready. So then implementation is easy. A plan we can implement it because supportive plans are there, secondary action plans are there. So these action plans are interrelated directly with the main action plan. Are you getting this? Then after that, implementing the plans. Okay, supportive plans are there, a course of action is there, everything is, we have gone. Then lastly, what we have to do? Implementation of the plans. Implementation of the plans also, we have to be very careful. Alternatives also we have prepared. Plan A we have decided, implementing it. If it is not going to work out, just change it to the plan B or plan C. According to the changes, according to the need, according to the requirement. So all these things you have to consider, then implement these plans. These are the total 8 steps of planning. If you understand this, principles of planning is easy. Blindly you can write these points. Say for example, principles of planning is also 8 points are there. First one is principle of contribution of objectives. Contribution of objectives means nothing but the goals of the objectives, the goals of the organization. So these goals should be supportive to the plan. Whatever planning we are preparing, that should be supportive according to the goals of the organization, according to the objectives of the organization. So that is the main principle, principle of contributing the objectives, which are nothing but the goals. It should be supportive. It has to go according to the goals of the organization. Second one is principle of primary of planning. Primary of planning means this is nothing but the main object of the organization that has to be supportive, that has to contribute according to the primary of planning. Main objective is this. So is it supportive or not? Is it going to be implemented or not? So that is primary of planning. Then principle of planning premises. Means we have to consider all these things, principle of planning premises. So here forecasting uncertainty related to the uncertain future, but we'll be considering all these things. Okay, then after that, planning of alternatives. Already we have discussed this. Plan is already, this point you got it already. And planning of alternatives, alternative is this point, same point, planning of alternatives. Think about the different alternatives like A, B, C. Which one is going to work out according to the situation? You can just decide it. That is about principle of alternatives. Then principle of timing. When to implement it? Right time. You have to implement it. So if you delay it, there's no use of implementing that plan. So particular timings according to the situation, according to the requirement, according to the market conditions, according to the economic conditions, all these things you have to consider and go for the timing. That is planning of timing. Then after that, planning of flexibility. Planning, once if you prepared, it shouldn't be rigid. It should be always flexible. If this is not going to work out, let's see the second one. Let's make some alternatives. Let's make some changes. So in that way, it must be flexible. And next one, planning of commitment. Once if you prepare planning, it should be implemented properly with a commitment. We have decided who will prepare this planning. Experts. Experts who are expertise in their field. Team of people will prepare this planning. So with a commitment, they have to prepare, they have to implement it. Until it is properly implemented, their commitment, their work, their dedication, that is going to make lots of difference. That is why principle of commitment we are saying. And lastly, principle of competitive strategies. Consider the other plans, other companies, other policies also. So according to that principle of competitive strategies, it must be like a competitive. If other company is going to do something, we'll do this. We have to make some changes so that customer will be attracted to our company. In that way, competitive strategies also you have to consider. So total 8 principles of planning. These points exactly you need not to write. If you understand the concept, steps of planning, objectives of planning, and introduction class, if you remember these principles, you can write it. For every point, just 2 to 3 lines is enough. Am I clear? See you in the next class with another interesting topic. Good luck.